All right. Now, some say it's not easy to get yourself a job in Thailand here as a teacher. Well, I say it's all about a game of chance. And you want to do everything possible to increase your chances of getting a job. And what better way to do it than to have a quality teacher introductory video? An introductory video is just a video telling the employer who you are, where you're from, and your potentials, including your educational as well as professional qualifications, and trying to tell them the reason why they should hire you in just a short video of about 1 to 2 minutes. So in this video, we've gathered 10 tips that you need to take note of while you are preparing your introductory video. This is LingoESL, and my name is Teacher Rash. So let's dive into it. This is your introductory video guide. Now let's get into it. So first one, you have to talk about your professional greeting. You're gonna have to greet them nicely, and we know that in Thailand here, if you're a man, you say "Sawadi Kap," like a cup, C-U-P, and the lady says "Sawadi Ka." You're supposed to say that before you even say hello or good day or and then you mention your name. So here's what goes in the first step. We have 10 steps for us to take a look at in this video. The first step, you first talk about your full name. You tell us about your nationality, your current location, which of course is Thailand, and the position you are seeking to apply for. So here are a few examples that corresponds to these items I just mentioned. And these are a few tips. You can feel free to pause the video and then take a look at it. If you want the file too, I can send the document file to you in your DM once you send me a message or you write in the comments introductory video guide. Okay, I can send it to you in PDF and then you just take a look at it. Now the next one is the educational background and professional qualification. You will have to talk about your educational background and professional qualification, arranging it from the highest and the most relevant qualification. So the first step here is that you have to arrange it from the highest and the relevant qualification. Which one is that? That's your degree, the minimum of a bachelor's degree or your master's. You talk about it and say which course you offered it to. And I remember I told you that Thailand take cognizance to those who have bachelor in education. So if your bachelor is in education, you have to state it and then also mention which course you offered. And then you also talk about your teaching certification or your professional qualifications you have. So if you have a TESOL certificate, you have to state that as well in that statement about your educational background and professional qualification. You also have to talk about your English proficiency level. If you have taken your IELTS, your TOEIC, your CEFR, your British score, whichever English proficiency test you took, if you are not a native speaker, you have to include that in your statement as well. And also you have to include your result or the score you obtained in these exams. You also have to talk about other relevant certifications if you have any. For example, if you have a Jolly Phonics training certificate, you have to talk about that. First aid certification or classroom management, you have to talk about that. And the next one we're going to talk about is the teaching experience. You're supposed to talk or say a statement about your teaching experience. And this statement has to include your years of experience, the subjects you taught, the age groups or the grade levels you taught, and then the teaching environment somehow. You can also talk about that as well, whether it's a public school, a language center, an online teaching, you have to state that as well. And the tip here is that you have to be clear and concise and also focus on the experience that relevant to the position you are trying to apply for. So over here, we have tips for every step that we go. Now, when we go to step 4, that's where we'll be talking about our teaching approach and the teaching methodology we use. And you have to align it to the principles and the methodology of the school. So you have to do a prior research about the school you're trying to apply to. If the school is technical based or, like a Montessori, if the school you're applying to is like for the children between the ages of maybe 6 and, 10 or 6 and 15, you're supposed to go with the activities like the games and the interactive lessons. So you have to do a prior research before you do this video. And then these are some of the principles you can include in your teaching approach that will increase your chances of getting employed by way of your introductory video. Now let's move fast forward to step number 5. Step number 5 also talks about your classroom strengths and your professional skills. How do you adapt to the classroom management, the classroom environment? How do you communicate effectively? How do you plan your lessons? Are you able to, be innovative? Are you adaptable? You have team management, so you talk about that. And these are some of the tips you can follow to, guide yourself in a statement like that. Now, the next one is the technology and teaching resources. Now, your ability to use technology in your classroom is very important, especially in this age where, everything is now migrating to AI and technology. So you need to state in your introductory video that you are able to use technology as a teacher to teach, whether to using it to prepare learning materials or even using it in the classroom as well. You need to state that as well. So these are some of the key technology you can use. You can draft any statement about around that. And this is an example of a complete statement about the use of technology and teaching resources. You can pause the video and look at it, and you can craft your own afterwards. Now let's move on to number 7. Step 7, you have to talk about what students can expect. What should the students expect once they hire you? Yes, you need to talk about that as well. And this is an example of a statement you can use in that session. What students can expect. One says that in my classroom, I encourage students to speak English confidently, participate actively, work together, and learn through meaningful activities that help them grow and succeed. Very perfect. Then also you have to state why you want the position. Here you don't have to be so greedy. You don't want to come up as if you are in need of a job. You are in dire need of the job. You have to also align your reason with the school's values and your passion for children growth. It shouldn't be that you are desperately in need of money or you need the employment, so they should just hire you. It has to be something that you have a passion for. So this is something you can talk about, and this is an example of a statement you can use in that stage as well. Now let's fast forward. Let's go to the 9. Now you're going to talk about your professional personality. Your professional personality. Are you confident? Are you enthusiastic? Are you friendly? Do you have clear pronunciation? Whatever it is that you have to talk about that as well. You pick like 1 or 2 of these, then you talk about it. Remember, the video is supposed to be 1 to 2 minutes, so you don't want to talk a lot about everything. You just have to mention a few things, and then you move on to the next step. Now, you also have to talk about the closing. When you get to the closing stage, it has to be strong enough. You need to thank your employees or your potential employees, and also express interest, and also express you looking forward for them to call you for an interview or to discuss further the application process. And this is another example of a statement that you can use. Thank you for considering my application. I will be delighted to bring my skills and enthusiasm to your school. You close it up with thank you and a sawadi cap. Then you just do your why and you're off to go. So here is a few tips you can use while you are preparing your introductory video. You set a camera and then you use this to guide you while you make your introductory video. In the next video, I shall be uploading a sample of an introductory video, and you can use that to guide you as well. Thank you so much for watching me. This is LingoESL. Make sure you like and follow. Goodbye.